Hello astrology lovers, welcome to Astro Basic, the first place to learn astrology. I am Jayant Kumar and I'll be your host for today's session from Astro Basic channel. Today I am going to discuss about life path number 1. If you don't know what is your life path number and how to calculate it, please watch my video how to calculate life path number. When I see life path number 1, the first thing comes to my mind is leadership and the ego. So if you are life path number 1, then you are by born leader. You always want a freedom for your speech and your action. If somebody interrupt you, then you feel irritated. So I have seen you are very creative and you always think out of the box. And whenever you something assigned to you, you always on the task. You always take responsibility of the task and you always bring the fresh bright new ideas like original ideas, and you always think out of box. So these things makes you unique, and as a leader you always want to go ahead and initiate the things, and you always accomplish that. As I said, when you own anything, you give yourself 100%, you devote yourself and finish the task. I have seen they have some sort of charm or charisma. They always attract attention of the people. They always be in the limelight. So even though they always think they have to be in limelight, and they also do in a way like they always get attention as well. So they always it's kind of like attention seeker, but they have something ability, so nobody can say that you are attention seeker. They, with their work, with their way of working, they always get attention. Even though if they walk among the four friends, people know them like whoever is the number 1, they are life path number 1, so people always recognize that he is the one who has something special skill or something different from others. So they always get noticed, they always get attention. And one thing I have also seen in you is your decision making things. The way you make decision, it's very unique. So suppose there is a and there is a B, you make decision between A and B in such a way like both A and B are satisfied with the decision. So you always find the better way, the in between way which can solve the problem, and they both A and B should not feel like I didn't get the better part. I have also seen you always want the commanding position, and whenever task is assigned to you, you always think the task should not be shared between two people. It should assign to you so that you can own the task and you can deliver, rather than sharing between two people and the reward should be shared and all. So those things you don't like. You always want the commanding position where you can guide, when you can deliver, you can drive the show. So this is what you want. And I've also seen you are very helping nature. Whenever you help people, you always put yourself into their position and you always help them from hurt. So your intention is to help them rather than getting that a reward for that. You don't do it for the sake of doing that. Whenever you are helping, you always help for the so that the needy, to whomever you are helping, their problem should resolve. And you are definitely very creative. You love artistic things. You are art lover. I mean, you always have some creative things. Always something. Second part, as a ego, you always want people should know you, people should recognize you, they should know who you are. So that's why sometimes what happens, the ego inside you that get pushed, and that makes you they basically cut you from the people. You become more selfish, you start become aggressive, and you always feel like jealous kind of things. So you always have to understand the difference between the pride and the ego, because these both things are very slight difference. You have the ability to succeed, but sometimes you always want to show others knows I have the ability. That becomes your ego at that time, and that hurt people, and then you start feeling like loneliness or something. You think like nobody's caring for me, and it starts with like I'm the only one, I can take care of everything, I don't need any people help. But end of the day you start feeling like, okay, nobody's supporting me and I'm alone. So you have a lot of talent, you are creative, you have leadership skill, you have good decision making things, but this ego is creating problem for you. So I would like to read your personality from the book Numerology and You, which was written by me. So that will define you in nutshell, like in one paragraph, who you are. So you are very creative and you always think out of the box. You are courageous and never afraid to take difficult paths to achieve your goal. You give very high importance to your status and so foster the appearance of success and self-satisfaction. Since you always want to get attention, that strive for growth, success, and the finer things in life come naturally to you. You do very well when you take ownership of anything. So this is one paragraph from the book Numerology. And so the question comes is these type of quality, why you are driving. The reason is the number one. If you understand the number one, then you can naturally understand from where this number one is getting energy. First of all, in numerology, this number one is the first number. It is beginning. So that's why you always want to take initiative. You don't like that monotonous job or defined task. You have always want to do something new, something creative. You always want to think out of the box, because as in number one is the first number, like a new child who just came into the world and they start thinking, analyzing, and everything, they feel like I can do that, it is possible for me. So that ambition to do the things, to think differently without any limitations, so that is the number one that gives you. That's why I told, so when I see number one, it is like leadership things. Who is a leader? Leader is the one who go ahead, follow something unique, and then after doing that they show to the path to the others, so that other people can walk on that path. So that's what you. Now number one, who rules that number one, whose energy it is? The planet Sun. Who is Sun? Sun is first of all the king of all the planets in astrology. So like that, number one always feel like a king. They always love the authoritative position. They always think I'm the king. Whatever task they do, even though a small room, if 5 people are there, they always feel I'm the king, I should get noticed, people should listen to me. Another one, Sun is also representing the soul. So soul means whenever, that's why whenever you are helping others, you connect from here, and that's why you take care of the people like it should be, not for the sake of getting attention. So while helping people, you always help for a reason. And soul, that's why when you are connected to yourself, you always make good decision, because soul guides you the right path. So that's why when you are working, when you are connected with your true nature, when you are aligned with your true energy, then you, whatever you do your best. That's why you devote yourself to doing that, because at that time you are connected to yourself. Sun again represents the father, the head of the family. That's why when you love someone, when you take care of someone, you take care like a father. You always love them. It's not like a mom loves with the affection and that. You love them, but at the same time, you always believe it should be go in the right direction as a father. Not only love, but also you feel like my love should not make him weak or her weak. It should make them strong enough so that you can, basically you are guiding them. Even though you are loving them, you are taking care of them, but you are guiding them to the right path. So that's why you are seeing this type of energy in you. In love and relationship, you take care of your partner as a father. As I told, Sun represents the father, so you always take care of them as a father. To whomever you love, you devote yourself. You take care of them completely. You take the ownership of the relationship. That's why relationship with the number one usually get succeed. But the thing is, the problem with number one is you love your partner, but at the same time you expect your partner should have some unique quality, or they should be into the right path, or they should be doing as per your instruction, because you always want to get noticed. Even your relationship, whatever, your wife, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, so you always think due to your relation, your wife, people should appreciate your wife, people should appreciate your husband. So when there are a lot of expectation you have from your partner, so that creates problems sometimes, because you are expecting too much. Second thing is your ego. You love, but at the same time you know this is my limit, after that I will not bend. So that creates again the problem in your relationship. So you have to watch your ego, and you have to control your expectation a little bit, because every people are different and every people priority is different. So everybody cannot work as per your style or your expectation. Career and finance. In career you are doing really good, because you are by born leader, you are very good decision maker, you always want to take initiative, you always think out of the box, you are very creative. So all the good qualities you have. Even though I have seen most of the successful people, particularly in the government sector, belongs to number one. Somewhere in the chart, number one is very strong. That's why they are in the government sector, a high authoritative position like military, army, politics. Even though in the private sector or the organization, people who at high level, they usually have number one somewhere, because that number one rules, that is the king, so it always get the high position. But the thing is, in career you are very good, you are doing really doing very good, because you devote yourself to the work, you always have the good ideas and everything. But when you are working as an employee, at that time you feel like people should not instruct you. If they will give you tasks, you work very fine. But if somebody will give you task and then they start instructing you, did you do this, did you do this, then you don't like this interruption, because you always feel like I on the task, I will deliver, I'm good, so people should not interrupt me. That's why you don't like boss usually, because person who is instructing you, giving you a lot of instruction, you don't like. But as a boss, you are doing very good, because you always understand how employees should do, you always guide them, you always give them enough opportunity to rise, and you always understand the problem, because you have the vision, you have the creative ideas, and as I said, you have good decision making like A and B, so you always understand the team problem and you guide them very good, and you give enough opportunity to that. So that's why when you go to those positions where you are commanding position or authoritative position, then you start rising very easily, because those things by natural, you know how to rule basically, or how to manage the things. Finance. But if I will give you money, one hand position, you always go with the position, the authoritative position, the power, because that things you like more compared to the money. You always feel if I will get this, automatically money will follow me, so you give importance to that. So that position brings you money, you are not chasing money, but that position itself gives you money. So that's why I have seen this number one don't have any problem with the money, they attract the money anyway. Health wise, sun, it is hot, so I have seen basically most of the, it's my personal observation, most of the number one people, life path number one or birthday number one, so they are wearing specs. It's not like they are blind or something, so they have some sort of problem with their eyes, so they are wearing specs. Though sun is very hot and you have lot of energy to do something, that also creates problem in the nervous system. Due to that you get headache, and then you are again wearing the glass for that also. So that's why that things eye part you have to take care. As I said, sun also represent bones, skeleton system, our tooth, so that also creates problem. However, because it is the natural tendency of sun is they are, you have to take care of your heart, because that things they are, sun is basically taking care, so you have to be very cautious about that. However, you are doing good as long as you are following routine and doing regular exercise. You are controlling your energy, because sometimes your high energy, your aggression, that things causing issue. As long as you are controlling your ego, you are aware of yourself, you are following a routine and you know your limit, then you are okay. But when aggression rise, your energy rise, then health issue starts coming. So when you feel anything wrong, then check that whether are you really more stressed or more anxious, or you are very aggressive. So check those things. Probably that is the one of the reason that is start creating issue in your health. Suggestion. I have some suggestion for you. As I said, life path number 1 has a lot of good quality by born leader. They are good thinker. They always think out of box. They are artistic talent, creative person, and good decision maker. Basically, always love authoritative positions. You have some charm or charisma which attracts people attention. You always shine like cynosure of all sides. You have a lot of good things, but the problem is only the ego, because you always feel you are special. You always feel you have something so that people should know you. That is good. People know you anyway because you have something. It's not like you are getting attention just by chance or by luck. You have something unique that makes people to notice you. But the thing is, sometimes this ego, like I'm the one, I don't need anybody else, I can do anything by myself, that makes you problematic. That basically that cuts you from the people. You don't feel connected. At the end of the day, you feel loneliness. Same thing problem in the relationship also. If you show your ego in relationship, ego doesn't work, you know very well. So that again creates problem. In team, in organization also, that ego doesn't work. So as long as you are taking care of your ego, you have a lot of good qualities that can rise you from the position where you are. Another thing is this, all the good thing. As I said, sun represents the king. All the good things whatever given to you, because so that you can help others. Sun also represents the soul, the true self. When you align with that, when you are helping others, when you are taking care of the people to whom you are associated with good intention, then you start seeing the support of the people. So when you are helping others, then you start seeing all the people are supporting you. And when you get support of the people, you automatically rise. So all the natural talent or power, whatever you have, when you start using to help others, to solve other people's problem, then you see the difference in your life. So thank you. This was my analysis of life path number 1. And if you want to know more detail about this topic, please visit my website www.astrobasic.com. And if you have any question related to this video, please visit my website www.astrobasic.com, ask questions section, and you can ask your questions. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe below, or small YouTube tiny icon. And if you want to do astrology consulting, please book your consulting slot at my website www.astrobasic.com, ask question section, or you can send a mail to me at jayantkumar@astrobasic.com. About this topic, you can buy my numerology report, where I have given all the important numbers related to your date of birth and name. And if you want to learn numerology, or you want to know how these numbers are impacting your life and how you can use it, you can buy my book Numerology and You. So thank you, stay tuned, see you in next video, bye bye.